Hold up.
Every day I wake up, wake your ass up.
The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Loren LoRosa's here as well. We got a special guest in the building.
Come on, man. Another cultural icon. We having a week of cultural icons, bro.
Yes. AI, Allen Iverson,
Come on,
Bubba
man.
Chuck, whatever you want to call him. Mr. 757. He's in the building. New book, Misunderstood, is out right now.
That's right.
Allen Iverson, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
How you feeling, man?
Good. Life be life. It's same fight, different round.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I want to, before we start, how much time we got?
As much time as you want, brother.
What you mean?
Because I don't know where this is going to go. But look, man. Friends. All right? So I know, what type of, I'm just meeting Jess. But, you know how you get to know somebody from afar and you can basically kind of tell what type of person they are. You know what I mean? Obviously, I've known you since I was in high school, and big fan of you, bro. Move closer, okay. My bad. Friendships, man. It's hard. You know what I mean? Because when you think about your friend, obviously, you can't choose your family members. You know what I mean? You're born into that. But your friends, you feel like, y'all got so much in common with each other, and you have so much love for them because, they kind of like basically a reflection of you, or you got the same type of things in common or whatever, and you just grow to love them like family. They become, the guys become brothers, and your homegirls become your sisters. But it's rough, man, navigating through that. You know what I mean? I know how much I love my family, my friends. I got so much flack when I first got into the league. You know what I mean? It was the entourage.
Absolutely.
Bringing your homeboys from where you from. You trust them so much. You love them. You want them to go on the ride with you. You want them to take this journey, through it. It's new to me. I've been poor my whole life, and then snap of a finger, I'm rich and famous. And it's a lot, you know what I mean? So you want to have so many people around you that you love and you trust, you know what I mean? And the money, man, just, you know what I mean? It just, and it's so different from me, and it's so hard for me because with my athletic ability that I was blessed with, I've been like this since I was 8 years old. Like, I always felt that I was rich, but I was poor. I always been famous. You know what I mean? When I was 8 years old, I go in the barbershop and guys 17, 18, 20, 25 years old, guys like, oh shit, there you go. That's the one right there. That's him. So it's always been that for me. I always had that attention. You know what I mean? I always been like that. And, once I got some money, it was no different for me. Obviously, I could do things with my family and my friends that I couldn't do before. That goes without saying. And I've never had a person, my nickname, obviously, my name Chuck. I've never heard a person say, once Chuck got some money, he changed. Once Chuck got to the NBA, he changed. You know what I mean? I've never heard that, before, because, the people that know me and love me and the people that I love know I'm me. You know what I mean? That's one of my biggest fears, or had been one of my biggest fears, of looking in the mirror and not being able to recognize, my mom and the people that I love, not be able to recognize who I see. You know what I mean? It meant something to me. But, man, just the painful lessons of friends not being who you think they are when you add the root of all evil and the things.
Did something just recently happen?
It happens, and the reason, it happens all the time. But I feel a pendulum swinging in another direction as far as how I feel about it, like how it used to hurt me. You know what I mean? You tell someone, you want to find out if somebody your friend, you tell them no once.
That's right. That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
And their reaction would say it all. You know what I mean? Chuck, hey, man, I got a business opportunity. I want to start this. I want to start that. Man, can you give me 100,000? And you don't even have to tell them no.
Yeah.
You can say not right now. Later on. But these are the same people pay their rent, pay their, over the years, child support, you know what I mean? Pay your mom rent, you know, this, that,
Lawyer fees.
Lawyer fees. Every time you go to a jewelry store, you taking them, you know, because the most awkward feeling is, you know, for me, this is just me growing up being young and not knowing early in the preliminary stages of getting some money. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be shining and looking good, and my homeboys not. So when I go see Manny, you know what I mean? They going. You know what I mean? When I get cars, they get cars. You know what I mean? Like, and, you know, it's just like when you tell them no, the way they, you know, they act. You know, somebody saying, hey, yo, man, what's up with your man AI? You know, what's up with a man? Fuck that nigga.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Like,
after reading your book, nobody should question your loyalty or ever say fucking
bro,
God. Not the way you took care of people.
I'm
But
telling
not
you
what you seen. But do you regret that? Because
I mean,
you took Virginia with you everywhere you went.
That's why I say the pendulum is swinging. That's why I say or feel that my maturation is on a higher level now, because back then, when something traumatic would happen to me like that, or I see how they act, for me telling them no, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like I feel myself not giving a damn anymore. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm talking about the same people that come to me, you know, be at my practice 8 o'clock in the morning, you know, Christmas Eve, saying what their kids don't have. You know what I mean? And one thing about the people that you love and people that love you or supposed to love you is they know you better than anybody. They know my heart. You throw your kids in there, you know what I mean? Everybody know Christmas is on the 25th of December every year, you know what I mean? But, man, my kids ain't gonna have nothing. You know what I mean? What I supposed to do?
And something you said in the book that hit me too is you was like, man, you was that kid. So you understood what it felt to not have. So when they came to you, you was like, I gotta do it.
And I had the mother and the father that hustled to get us what they could, but they couldn't get us things. You know, I wanted a moped for Christmas. I wanted certain things, and then you wake up that morning and it's not there. You know, you may have a pair of sneakers or a T-shirt, and that be the only thing you get. You know what I mean? So, you know, I ain't never want my homeboys, kids to, you know, look at them crazy. And now, you know, like I've years ago, is you know, I've ran into the craziest shit, but years ago, you know, money got funny. You know what I mean? And you know, I had realized at a point, like, I ain't have the word no in my vocabulary when it come to people. You know what I mean? Like, I was so used to, I never held anybody accountable for why I had to be the one taking care of everybody. You know what I mean? I was the one going to work every single day. I was breaking bones, stitches, 100 stitches in my face. You know what I mean? And it just taught me a lot, man. And now, you know, I know life be lifing, but to be still dealing with those type of people and caring about how they feel when you know what you've done for them. You know, you wake up, and some people wake up in their life just not where they wanted to be, and the first thing you could think of is blame it on Chuck. You know, and figure out some way that I can blame it on somebody else to why my life is not what it is. And
Did you ever have imposter syndrome? And the reason I asked is you talk about all that, right? And I remember the bowling alley incident in Virginia. And it feels like regardless of what happened in VA, you always came back and you always wanted to show the love. No matter what happened, you talk about the people you put on, the city was against you, and Virginia could have been racist back then. It was really racist back then. We all seen it. But you still came back to that 757 to show love.
I am VA. It's me. It's in me. You know what I mean? And the crazy thing about, I was just talking to my man about this before we got in here. So I had to do all the stuff, you know, all my media runs and all that yesterday. I had to sign 1,000 books and, you know, take 1,000 pictures, you know what I mean, with the people that bought the books. Beautiful. But I was tired. And right after that is my daughter's birthday. And I had to, you know, she wanted to be with me, so I had to, you know, take care of her after all of that. And I got done, maybe I started at 6, got done like maybe 10 o'clock. She wanted to go bowling and wanted to go to a escape room.
Okay.
But I had no idea that the escape room was like you're in a jail cell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm like, yo, this is your life for real. Like, out of all the places that she want to go on her birthday,
a bowling alley and an escape room. God damn.
And a jail.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Escape room.
But she's smart because you got to figure out how. She probably figured out how to get y'all out of there.
But I'm thinking like, the last place I want to be from my memories is in a jail then a bowling alley.
Right. That's right.
You know what I mean? So, I mean.
I want to go back to your friends thing real quick, right? Because even in the book, there's nobody that felt like that was around you that didn't help you in some way, shape, or form. So you was repaying them. Like you talk about how when you was in jail, they was taking care of your mom and they were the ones that would tell you, you're not going to be hustling, you're going to be playing ball. So it wasn't like you just had a bunch of leeches around. It was people that looked out for you, so you look back out for them.
You know what? I would have done it anyway. Like I ain't never expected. Like if I look out for one of my homeboys, my homegirls, I don't expect you to give it back. You know what I mean? I ain't never asked for nothing back. You know what I mean? I just feel like me being the head of the snake. It's like me. The perfect example. It's like me being on our 2001 team who went to the finals. I'm the killer. Everybody know that. This is the guy gonna put the ball in the basket. This is what he do. Now, what we do is compliment him. We do everything else. All his deficiencies, the things that he can't do on the defensive end of the, of the court. He's lead the league in steals year after year. But you got to gamble, and when he gamble, the Dikembe is there to make sure I'm good. Theo is there. The block shots, make sure I'm good. They could do all of the things that I couldn't do, and that's what made Voltron. You know what I mean? You put all those things together, and it was me and a bunch of dogs. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing with my friendship. Yeah, he's the guy. You know what I mean? He's like us, but he's not like us. He is AI. So we gotta act accordingly to that. Yeah, he chucked to us. You know what I mean? But people look at him another way. So I have a role. I have to do this. This is my part. This is what I have to do. You know what I mean? This is what I have to do. And I don't know if I said that, but looking out for my mom financially is totally different than going around there and checking on her. You know what I mean? It was never no, like I did when it came to their family. You know what I mean?
Another thing too, and maybe this could be part of what you're feeling right now. It seemed like the whole team had a dream. It wasn't you supposed to get on in basketball. You was supposed to get on in basketball, and everybody else was supposed to make it in rap. So everybody was supposed to be doing their own thing.
I didn't have the LeBron James,
crew,
Mav, Randy, and Rich blueprint. I didn't have that blueprint. You know what I mean? I'm like, look, we gonna get in where we fit in. You know what I mean? Like I even had one of my homeboys tell me, like, I'm going to work every day, working every day. Man, I'm supposed to be a superstar by now. You know what I mean? I'm going to work. I'm like I've had incidents like, I'm getting ready to go on the road and it was a casino. You know what I mean? And I go to the bank, I get $50,000. They got $30,000 in large and $20,000 in 20s. And I'm getting on the plane. My man come. I give him the $20,000. He looked at it like it was something wrong with it because it was all 20s.
Dang.
You know what I mean? Dang. I'm like, yo, did this, really just did that really just happen? You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, you thinking you doing what's right, but you're not holding people accountable.
Right.
You being a crutch for them. It's like putting a Band-Aid on something. You know what I mean? You're not stitching it up. You know what I mean? You're not stapling it up. You know what I mean? And they always feel like that. You know what I mean? But the hurtful part is the response of actually saying no, probably because they never heard it before. Like when I implemented that in my vocabulary, like, no, what? You know what I mean? And like for somebody, I'm built so different. Like somebody. Just like Envy getting me a barber. Like, that's going to be something that resonate with me forever. I know we already got a relationship, you know what I mean? But still, like, I needed a barber in New York. My man looked out for me. Like, that goes a long way with me. But you can do a million things for somebody, you know what I mean? The first time, you know what I mean? And I was warned about it, you know what I mean? But Aaron McKee told me, he said, Chuck, just you know what I mean? When you cutting your grass, you know what I mean, and you getting them snakes out of there, you ask somebody, you know, let them ask you for something and tell them no. You know what I mean? And I think I'm doing a great job of cutting it, but you still got the little small, you know, the snakes might be gone, but some worms in there, some small. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you know, right now it's Charles Barkley and a whole bunch of people saying we was trying to tell him this 30 years ago.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah. But when you like, it's just like the basketball aspect of everything. I ain't never think that I would retire that early. You know what I mean? I ain't never had no backup plan. Like growing up, once my mom told me I could be anything I wanted to be, I wanted to be an NBA basketball player, and that was it. It was no B, C, D. It was just that one dream. You know what I mean? I didn't have no blueprint. I ain't even had nobody in my family that went to college. You know what I mean? Nobody that ever been married. You know what I mean? Everything was new to me. I was doing everything on the fly. You know what I mean? So, you know, my mistakes was coming at a rapid pace. You know what I mean? And you know, you think, you know, Coach Thompson used to always tell me, you always listening to everybody else. You're always listening to somebody that's never been to, you know, from A to Z, telling you how to get there. You know what I mean? And that's what I was. I had everybody that wasn't me and never had the experience telling me how to do it.
Now you talk about your BC plan, right? You see what Michael Vick is doing with Norfolk State.
Absolutely.
Have you ever thought about coaching?
No.
Why not? Because they would listen to you, right? Especially if you go to HBCU, they would definitely listen to you.
I've been one of the players. You know what I mean? Yeah, coach make millions of dollars, but you got these guys making. That's why I take my hat off to anybody that coaches NBA. You know what I mean? Like, you have a unique talent. You know what I mean? To have a bunch of guys with a bunch of egos. Everybody come from being a man. And then you put them on a team and everybody got the same goal. And I just don't feel like, you know, I could coach a bunch of guys to make more money than me. Listen to me for what? That's why it's a God-given talent. Any NBA coach that make it that far, blessed.
Not even NBA coaches. You talk about in the book how you fouled out and you had to be on the sideline and you just was watching it from your coach's perspective. I think that was in high school maybe. And you was like, damn, this what he see?
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to ask you about the title of the book, man. Do you think you were misunderstood? Because that's the title of the book. Or did people outside of your circle just not take the time to understand you?
You're a smart dude.
Sometimes.
A lot. This is one of my favorite shows, so I see the good days and bad days.
You've been ducking this for a long time. Somebody say, Black, I'm gonna come.
I watched Dame come up here. It's for real. It get real. I think this. I think they can answer it better. My perspective is, you know, they were learning on the fly too. It's like, you know, with my documentary that's coming out. It was like 3 hours long. I think I cried like 2.5 hours of it. I had to keep walking out of the theater because you think you know when it comes to the people that love you. You think you know how they feel about, you know, turbulent times.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you think you know how they feel. You think your girl know. You think you know how your girl feel. You think you know how your mom feel, your uncles, your aunts, your homeboys, your homegirls. But then when they actually tell you from their point of view how they felt, you know, and how they looked at things and how I didn't see how I was fucking up. You know what I mean? How they had to try to address me with certain things like, you know, you driving the car, we riding shotgun. You know what I mean? Like, and it's hard to tell somebody, you know, that's trying to live their life, you know, what they should do and what they shouldn't do. You know what I mean? Like, I'm 21 years old. You know what I mean? When I got into the league, and at that age, like, you know what I mean? You couldn't tell me nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm here. You know what I mean? Like the dress code, I'm like, I dress like the dudes, the drug dealers from my neighborhood. Like, you know, I'm dressing like this because you know, this what the old heads from my neighborhood, this how they dressed. You know what I mean? I just couldn't afford it. You know what I mean? My cornrows, I got cornrows because I was tired of barbers messing my hair up. So I was like, damn, if I just grow my hair, you know, I ain't got to deal with that. You know, tattoos just got addictive. I got one. I couldn't afford them. I would have been got a lot of them. And, you know, I was playing everything by ear. Like I said, I didn't have, my daddy was a hustler. You know what I mean? He was in the streets. My mom, in the streets. Like, I didn't have no, you know, I didn't
Nobody
have
to
no.
sit you down and give you structure. Yo, this is how you do
Wasn't no
things.
Coach Thompson then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Wasn't those people, they weren't in my life yet. So all of that was where he was, but he was there, you know, when I got to the NBA, me and his phone calls was, you know, you all right? We never talked about basketball. You all right? Yeah, I'm all right. All right, I'm just checking on you. How's Swana? She good? How the kids? You know what I mean? And that was it. He was allowing me and thinking he was preparing me at Georgetown for what was the inevitable, me going to the league. But you can't prepare for that, bro.
How was that pressure though? Because the nicest player, right? But you change culture. But when you change the culture, the NBA pushed back against it. But you never broke. You never folded, even though they could have banned AI and said, "Nah, we don't want you in our league." But you never folded. You never backed down, and you kept it that way, which hurt you at times. Why was that?
They profited off it too. You know what I mean? Like I would be on, one of the things that hurt me is I was on a magazine. They wanted me on a magazine because of my talent and who I was, but they airbrushed my tattoos off. So you want me, but you know, you want some of me. I took the ass whooping for it, but the dress code thing, like, I actually was just, you know what I mean? I was 21. Where am I going after the game? I'm going to the club. You know what I mean? Like, before that, they were used to dudes wearing suits, and you know what I mean? I was like, damn, like, I've never worn a suit growing up. I'm going to church or to a funeral. The only time I put on a suit.
In the courtroom.
In the courtroom. Definitely in the courtroom. So I never wore a suit to the gym to play, to the park, sweatsuit. You know what I mean, or whatever. You know what I'm saying. So I didn't think nothing of it. You know what I mean. And then, you know, I got some money, so the jewelry, and I always had a fetish. Me and my mom since I was a little kid. You know what I mean. It's always been like that. So, you know, I remember being in college, and my teammates like, yo, when you get to the league, man, you gonna get the jewelry like Pac. You know what I mean? You gonna have the jewelry like Puff. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know. And the first thing I did was come up here and went to Tito. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't think nothing. I was living. You know what I mean? And David Stern and the rest of the NBA was like, nah, because it was all right when I was doing it. But then everybody else said, okay, like, he can do that? We can do this? So then everybody, you know, you see Kobe coming in with the diamond chains on and the baggy clothes, and, you know, everybody started doing it. Then the league was like, hold on, we got to do something about that. So it wasn't anything malicious. Like, and that whole situation showed me a lot, and it proved a lot to me at a young age about stereotyping people. Because, you know, when you seen John Gotti kept on a $2,000 suit. But what was he?
That's right.
He get busy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it ain't about what you got on. You watch Reservoir Dogs?
Yeah.
What they have on when they rob that suit.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So it ain't about, you know, what you got on the outside is who you are.
And they said that bothered you the most when they labeled you a thug.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I'll be cool with, you know, a street dude. Cool with that. Because that's what I am. I mean, that's where I come from. That's all I've ever been around in my life. That's what I grew up around. You know what I mean? But a thug, like, nah, that's a stretch.
I was wondering, would you change things? And the reason I asked that, because even in the book, you understood you had to wear a suit to court, but you didn't want to do it for press conferences in the NBA.
I was bad advice. Like, I was you know, I was told to take go to trial and go off whatever the judge say, opposed to having a jury.
Mm-hmm.
That was bad advice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some of the I was getting advice from people that never had been through it. You know what I mean? I was told that if I wore a suit, then they'd be lenient. I was I was extremely wrong.
Oh, so you wish you'd have just wore the
I
hood
might as
clothes?
well.
Yeah.
I remember that same suit. I was in a cell. It was 100 degrees with no fans in there in a holding cell. I was in a 4-man cell with 15 people. You know what I mean? And that suit, when they came and got me, I was in the corner with my boxers on. You know what I mean? Soaking wet, and the suit was balled up in the corner when they came and got me out of there. I had on my boxers. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
Do you regret anything?
Nah, because I wouldn't be who I am now. You know what I mean? Anybody, if I died and came back, I would, man, I'd rather be me all over again. But if I change everything, if I knew it was coming, anybody going, if you going down a one-way street, you going to get on the right side of the road, you see the tractor trailer coming, you know it's coming. You know what I mean? That prepared me to be the man that I am today. I had to take this ass whooping with the dress code. So now look at everybody. Everybody give me my flowers for that. You know what I mean? For you got them all these personalities. Why would everybody dress the same? Right. You got different basketball games. Why everybody look the same? You got different games, and people feel good about themselves when you. I love it. I'm thinking about, you know, when it's time to go somewhere, it's time to go to a club or whatever. I ain't battling with the dudes at the club. You know what I mean? I can't wait to meet everybody downstairs, see what everybody got on. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be, you know, smoother than my man. You know what I mean? Like, that make you feel good. You look good, you play good. Even on the court, I wanted to look like a superhero, like Michael Jordan used to look. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't change anything, man, in my life. All of these experiences, even with the book, man, it's like, I love, like, my girl always talked to me about, why do you let, like what I started talking about in the beginning, why do you let that type of shit bother you? And I'm like,
the practice press conference.
No, just with my friends. How people, you know what I mean? It's just like, why? And I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I love the people that I love, and it hurt when they show you who they really are.
Of course. Because
I'm thinking you somebody else. You know what I mean? And she like, you know, why do you stress out over stuff like that? And you different. You have a talent, and you're blessed to be able to brush that stuff off. It's hard for me. Now, my talent obviously is, you know, legendary with hoop. But I think another blessing that I have is to be an open book, to be someone. I'm embarrassed about the practice rant. I'm embarrassed about, not really embarrassed, but it wasn't smart for me to, you know, because I remember, you know, people telling me, AI, you cannot take care of everybody. And I used to let it go on one ear and right out the other, like, yo, you know what I mean? I'm going to be the exception to the rule. I'm going to take care of the people that I love. Like, that's just me. You know what I mean? And
I think that's why I hurt you so bad, because your heart is in it. You love these people, you know. And
yeah.
You're Superman, but you still have a heart. You know what I mean? And you like, look.
But this is my gift. Like, this is my gift to this book, this documentary, my experiences, the turbulent, the ups and downs. Like, if one kid or one adult, whatever, read this book and they can take something from it. I have people come to me all the time, be like, yo, man, you inspired my life, man. I would have died if it wasn't for you. I would have went to jail for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? Like, you changed my life. You know, you inspire me, you know, your story and this, that, and the third, like, and that motivate me. You know what I mean? Like, to give more. Like, to even when you're embarrassed, you're uncomfortable. You know, talk about it. Somebody might not have to go through it. You might save somebody's life.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like, talk about it. You know what I mean? You might not be, you know, man, you was on top of the world. You had all the money. You know what I mean? All you had to do. It's easy for a motherfucker to tell Chuck what to do with his. It's easy for somebody to say what I would have did. Man, if I was him, I would have did. You ain't me, motherfucker. You know what I mean? You don't know how. I'm sorry. But
do your thing.
You not me. You know what I mean? I make mistakes. I'm human, just like you.
But that's why we love you. And I love how the whole book Misunderstood is literally an explanation as to why the whole infamous practice press conference even happened.
Yeah.
Because you was dealing with so much at the time. So it wasn't even about, those people in the room. It's everything else that was going on
Everything else.
outside.
Man, best friend just got killed. You know what I mean? I'm coming in there, but Charlamagne, I'm coming in there like I'm on cloud 9. I'm like, yo, I get, my kids dealing with this, like they going to school every day and their classmates, tell your daddy don't leave, tell your daddy don't leave. My wife going, she out in the city, people tell your husband, please don't leave, we love him. So they going through it. You know what I mean? My kids don't really understand, daddy, don't get traded, don't leave. Like I don't have no control over it. So when they called me in there, it was like, yo, you ain't going nowhere. So I'm like, shit, can we call a press conference? You know what I mean? Yeah, got everybody in there. I get to tell the world I ain't going nowhere. This dude just keep on asking me about practice. You know what I mean? I'm like,
Practice.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, this is not what we here for. Let's rejoice. Let's be happy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's you if you know what I know, you got beat writers that write every day.
Yeah.
And then, I was telling Stephen A. on his show yesterday, like, they want exclusives. You turn them down for exclusive, the first chance they get,
Kicking you back in.
You're gonna kick your
there
back
you
off.
go. You know what I mean? And it was him. I'm sitting there looking at him, and I'm, you know what I mean? Like, and if I was prepared, which I wasn't, if I was prepared, I'm like, yo, man, I was the MVP last season, the best player in the whole world. You know what I mean? Coming from where I come from. And if I didn't practice, how would I be able to accomplish something like that? I must be really good. You know what I mean? Like, but I wasn't prepared for it like that because I was so emotional and angry that, this is about being happy, man.
But that's what the
But
misunderstood is about, right? One thing I would say about AI is if you ever see him out, he's gonna talk to you. He's gonna hug you. Like and it's funny when people say you from the street or when they labeled you a thug. I'm like, when you see him out, he's the total opposite. He gonna hug you. He gonna ask you how your family is.
Yeah.
Right? When he used to have a look at it, he gonna kiss you on your forehead and be like, brother, I love you. Like, no, for real. I love you. And and he means it. And he means well for all his people. And that's the side I don't think people see. I was saying something the other day. I was walking down the street in Virginia, and Charlamagne was like, you was walking? I was like, I was walking down the street. And AI pulled up. Envy, what's up? Hop out the car. How's your family? Gave me a hug.
Norfolk, yeah.
Yeah, what you doing tonight? You got something in the city? All right, I'm gonna come. Then text me later on. Yo, I'm sleeping. I ain't gonna bring it. I'm like,
Yeah.
but that's him,
Right.
with everybody. And I'm like, that's the side that people.
Personal.
The people's. I look at it like. I watch people and how they get down. And I'm like, damn, I would never. You know what I mean? But to each his own. Me being me is. The best thing in the world to me. Yes, I wanted to be like Mike growing up. I wanted to be like Mike. Yes, but I didn't want to be him. You know what I mean? Like, I love being me. Everybody else is taken up anyway. You know what I mean? Like, I love who I am. I never disrespect my God by wanting to be something else. I never disrespect him. You know what I mean? By wanting to be somebody else. I didn't win a championship, but I'm the people's champ. I love,
Facts.
People coming to me, hey, what you doing here? I'm in Walmart or I'm in Target or in the grocery store. You know what I mean? What you doing here? Man, I'm hungry like you. You know what I mean? Well, where's your entourage? Where's your security, man? That part of my life is, I'm not a thug. I'm not a gangster. Who hurt me for what? You know what I mean? What am I scared to just, you know what I mean? Like, what am I?
I always say you the only player who didn't win a ring who feel like a champion.
Man,
Absolutely.
because
To us, like, AI
man,
champ. I got 10 rings.
It's crazy that you say that because I'm blessed. Look at all of the other things that he's done for me. When I wake up every morning, when I say my prayer, because I don't do it at night, I do it in the morning. I fall asleep and forget watching Sanford and Son, you know what I mean, all night, and I'm gone. But when I pray for my family, I pray for my friends, you know what I mean, keep us healthy, keep us safe. If, we sick, cure us. You know what I mean, I ain't never asking for no money. I never asking for no opportunity. I never, I'll handle the rest. Just keep us safe, keep us healthy, and I'll go out there and open the door and say, "What's up, world? What you got the off? What's going on today?" And navigate through it and tackle it. You know what I mean? Like I'm blessed. You know what I mean? So a championship. You know what I mean? I'm top 75 all time. You know how many players played this game, man?
That's right.
Millions and millions and millions. I was told that I was too small. I couldn't make it. You can't make it in this type of game, and and I'm a Hall of Famer. You know what I mean? All-star scoring champion. You know what I mean? Like I'm just not a champion. You know what I mean? I'm not. We came up short to a juggernaut, Kobe Bryant and Shaquille O'Neal in their prime. You understand? Like I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? Now I get an opportunity. I'm still here. I get to root for. That's why I want certain people that haven't won a championship to win one. I want them to feel, how I never got the opportunity to feel.
Yeah.
So when people talk about who you want to win this year, I want to see the guys win that haven't done it before. Gotcha. You know what I mean?
You would do things that nobody ever did. If you did it, you would go so viral these days. You had your mother braiding your hair at the game.
That was not my mom.
What was that? Who was that?
That was her sister.
Okay,
Everybody
so
think it was mommy.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So that was your
Sister.
aunt. Why? It wasn't no time before y'all was rushing.
No,
She had to
no.
do your-
Listen.
Okay.
First of all, you already know, Jess, and I know you might not have joked about it, but you probably joked about it to your home girls or your homeboys or whatever. Because I ain't never had. My hair always been long up here. I ain't never had no hang time. I ain't never. Never. I mean, it's the truth. Never. You know what I mean? And if you don't put rubber bands in my joint, then they would come out.
Yeah.
So we were actually rushing. I used to get to the game so late, because I used to leave so late with the traffic going to the game. I used to always get caught into it, and then I used to always had to ride on the
Medial strip, the side. Yeah.
So I'm playing. It was like first quarter, and I felt it was coming out, and my aunt was in the stands. I was like, yo, and she came and just.
Oh, just fix it up.
I mean, it was simple as that.
Back in the game. Okay.
It was simple as that.
That photo is like so loved and cherished now, but when it happened at the time, did you feel like people
No.
loved and cherished the moment? And how did
No.
you handle how people would come for your family because you are such a family person?
Damn, that's a good question. I don't want to say I didn't care, but it was like, what you gonna do? Like, there's nothing you can't. I'm not gonna change. I couldn't change what people think about me. This book not gonna change what people think. This documentary, motherfucker don't like you, they don't like you. They hate you, they hate you. They gonna find some reason. They gonna find some reason to not like you. And that's what you deal with. And it's like I had to learn that early. Like, you know what I mean? Like for real. Like everybody not gonna love you. You know what I mean? You just concentrate on the ones that do. You just appreciate the ones that love you. You know what I mean? I mean, they gonna say crazy shit. You know what I mean? I heard somebody say Michael Jackson can't sing. You know what I mean? Like I've heard it.
Yeah.
So when you ranking people and you know what I mean, ranking where AI stand and this and you know what I mean, like you paying attention to the comments and what people say, and man, listen, you gonna be hurt for a while. Like the comments even on Instagram, like I posted a picture of my daughter up there, and I looking at the comments for whatever reason, you know what I mean, like I need my ego stroked anymore, you know what I mean, looking. Man, fuck that little ugly bitch.
Lord, that
You know what I mean? I'm like, damn. Like, I'm like, okay, I don't do the comments no more. You know what I mean? Like,
Get off of that. Turn back on San from the Sun.
yeah.
You know?
You know what I'm saying? It's like it's like people going, that's what they do, because a lot of times people, and we talked about that earlier, they wake up and they mad at their own life.
Yeah.
And that's the world we live in. That's the reason I can't be a commentator.
Commentator?
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm not getting up there talking bad about nobody, man.
You talk
You
about
know
that in the
what
book. That was,
I just that's just not something that, because if just think about it, if you're an NBA basketball player and you never get in the game and everybody think you're a bum, put him in the game. How you get there, first of all.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then put him on the court, you know what I mean, with anybody else. Put him in the YMCA. Put him on the court, on the college court, you know what I mean, high school, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He'll look like Michael Jordan out there.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I just respect everybody that made it because I know what I actually went through.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I went through a lot to get there. Like I ended up being the first pick in the draft, and a couple of years ago I was getting released from jail.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I just respect people that want to do something and don't let nobody stop them
Yeah.
from trying to do it.
Now, I seen also that you. I seen an interview you gave up drinking 6 months ago.
Yeah.
What got you to that point where you said this is enough?
It was. I'd be lying if I would say it just stopped abruptly. You know what I mean? It was situations. You know what I mean? Where's my shit at? You know what I mean? Like I know I put it here. You know what I mean? It's the same thing with having certain guys around you. Everybody, when they your people know when you're drunk.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, just chill, man. Just give him out 2 more glasses of Dom, man. Every time. Hey, yo, man, I'm fucked up right now, man. Goddamn it, I need you to, you know what I'm saying? Man, my this going on, that going on, man. I need you to look out for me. Hey, man, you waited till I get this in because when and Emmy just talked about it. When I get nice, man, we'll give you the shirt off his back. Yo, I went to sleep last night, I had 25,000 on me. You know what I mean? Man, how I got 1,200?
Niggas couldn't wait to run to the liquor store for you.
Yo, where my sneakers at? Man, you gave such and such your Louis sneakers. You gave your sister your fur coat. You gave da 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 da. You know what I mean? Like, and that's just small shit compared to the real. You know what I mean? Not feeling well. You know what I mean? I did all this, and I was having fun last night to wake up feeling like this. You know what I mean? Then my responsibilities. You know what I mean? You missing flights and, you know what I mean? I mean, it's a plethora of things, man. You just drinking, you know what I'm saying? Like, I started evaluating, like, what good does it do for me?
Yeah.
You understand? Like, you can have fun with your homeboys, your homegirls, you know what I mean, without that. And I found out that that's something I, got to get used to as well, you know what I mean? Because I don't like being around a bunch of drunk people, and I ain't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we can't have a conversation. Like, I'm trying to get you to understand something, but I'm talking to somebody drunk. You know what I mean? You ain't trying to hear nothing I'm talking about. Our conversation is not gonna matter until some other time. You know what I mean? And
so if Bron called you right now and he said, "Hey man, Hennessy got this bag for you, man."
I don't give a goddamn about no bag. I've been there. I done had it, and I done experienced having millions and losing. Like, and I'm not talking about. I've always been a millionaire. You know what I mean? I'm gonna make millions regardless. But for me, once I done hit the pinnacle, 10 million a year is not enough for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, is not enough. Like, but at the same time, if I won the lottery, if I hit one of them joints that went up to $1 billion or something like that, the last thing I would want is for anybody to know. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, that's the last thing. Like, man, you know what I mean? But like, I wouldn't sell my, and I talked to God about it. I asked him to help me be strong. I ain't go to no AA or nothing like that. Like, I was like, okay, I'm not doing it. And that's what it was. And the crazy thing about it is I've been with her for 35 years. And since I was 15. And this crazy part about it is she said, when I told her I was stopping, that after that she prayed on it. And she said that was the only time that she ever prayed on it. Like, I've said it plenty of times in the past. And she said that was the only time that she prayed on it. And I was authentic with it. So
Was there ever a time in your life where you truly felt like a kid? Because when I read your book, it feels like you never got the opportunity to be a child.
Hell yeah. I remember, like, people talk all the time about, man, how tough was it growing up poor. You know what I mean? I'm like, it was the best.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Because everybody around me was. It wasn't like everybody, it was only until I got to high school and I'm wearing like, I had 3 pair of pants and one of them was my sister's. You know what I mean? It was bad. And I'm looking at it's called Farmington, where I'm from. You know what I mean? And you see the kids from Farmington, they coming in there dressed like they got the polo and the Guess on, and you know what I mean? I'm like, damn, Jabos and them dudes. That was competition for real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They come up with their act legends, and you know what I mean? Like, it was tough. But before then, it was like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, all I wanted growing up was a pair of Jordans. Yeah, that's it. I ain't give a damn. I go to school, I have a goddamn pamper on. As long as I got the Jordans on. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was nothing to me. I was a kid, man. I mean, I was a kid. I had a childhood, man. I don't have no excuses on anything that's happened in my life. I don't have no one to blame. When things don't go right, you know what I mean? When you ask somebody to do something for you, you know what I mean, they don't do it, how mad can you get with them for them not doing it? Do it yourself. You know what I mean? Or don't put that on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I concentrate so much. You just heard me go on about the Sanford and Son, like, and my girl said, like, how do you watch this every day?
Love it.
You know what I'm saying? How do you watch Good Times every day? I love my gangster shit. Like, I love, all of that. You know what I mean? But I just like to
Them
live,
back in the day
laugh.
shows,
I like to laugh.
Make you feel like a kid again. Make you feel like a kid again.
Yeah.
And it ain't that bad. You ain't, obviously you dead. That's one thing. But you ain't in jail, man.
Yeah.
You ain't blind. You ain't deaf.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got all your limbs. Like, what you complaining about?
Yeah.
That's the one thing I try to control in my life. Just complaining about shit all the time. You know what I mean? Like, it don't do no good. I mean, for you to do it.
There's not one excuse in that book.
Making none.
All it is accountability throughout the whole book.
That's right.
I ain't making none, man. And then, because that's the easy way for somebody to look up to Allen Iverson, to have a cop out. You know what I mean? Easy way. You know what I mean? Complaining about something, man. Do it. And I hate when people think that, like, that it's arrogant and that's I've always been confident. I've never been arrogant. I've never been cocky. I'm just confident. You know what I mean? And the one thing about, like, just people, it bothered me that you don't think that this is your world. This is your world. You're not being arrogant. You're not being selfish, thinking, you know what I mean, like you the only one that matter in the world. You know what I mean? But it's yours. This is your life. Everything happens, you the one. You ain't going nowhere. You might see everybody go before you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's gonna hurt when people go or whatever, but this is the one shot that you got, you know what I mean, to be happy, to make these decisions and live with them. You know what I mean? You concentrate on making mistakes, and hopefully you don't make the same mistake twice, and live your life, man. It's you got one shot at this, man. Ain't nothing wrong with being you, man.
That's right.
Ain't nothing wrong with it, man. You can't be everybody else.
Right.
You can't, you know what I mean? You can't worry about what you can control, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I want some money. I want to be the richest man in the world. I want all the money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yes.
You know how you missed out on some money? Not registering,
Look,
not registering AI to as
How
a
much
domain
time we
name.
got?
If you'd have registered AI as a domain name,
Oh, my goodness.
oh my God!
I got the real AI, but register the sleeve.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like.
Damn.
If I get that copywritten, like the sleeve, man. Everybody people playing golf wearing the sleeve. Man, I seen R. Kelly had a sleeve on. I said, what, R. Kelly fell off the stage or something? And hurt himself? You know what I mean? The man got a sleeve on in the video.
Yo.
See, yo, man, like, dudes, like Steve is
Man.
part of people, like it's a swag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm wearing it, like, the whole reason I'm wearing it because I'm hurt. You know what I mean? Like, it was a lot of opportunities that were there that I passed up on, but like I don't look at it like that. I think, now what? Like, now what? Where you going now? Now what you gonna do?
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like, every time God opened my eyes, I'm just trying to think positive, but life be life. Like, you get a phone call, hey man, like, yo, I need you to do this. Bro, you asking me for this, you know what I mean? Thousands of dollars. Christmas is a couple days away.
Yeah.
Like, why you ain't ask me this, you know what I mean? Man, I'm asking you, all right, can you do that? All right, I'm gonna do it for you. You know what I mean?
Man, you just need to say homie
And
name
that's
at
why
this
they
point.
do it.
I ain't saying it. I've been there. He know who he is. And all the people that I'm talking about, they ain't, certain people are not going to get upset because they know I'm not talking about them. You know what I mean? But, like dude, I said, yo, I'm going to do it. I take care of that. You know what I mean? You my man. I take care of that. You know what I mean? I said, but I'm going to do it with my card. Put it on my card. So send me the information.
Niggas don't like that.
I'm gonna do it on my card. Oh no. Yeah, I need cash, man. I need cash.
God,
what difference do it make? It's
That
gonna
crazy.
get taken care of.
Right. Vegas can't be choosy.
You know what I mean? It's gonna get
difference
taken care of.
difference is it's a
Man,
lie.
And then I got called a clown and
No.
you know what I mean? Yeah, crazy. Like I'm talking about I've been this dude was my homeboy since I was like 30. I mean, like it's been 38 years. Me and him been homeboys.
You went above and beyond, my brother.
Yeah.
That's right.
You
Has
went above and
anybody
beyond
ever
for people.
tried to like come to you and say, look, Chuck, look, my bad, I was tripping. Like back then I kept asking and you would do it and I took advantage for you. Has anybody ever come to you to take accountability? One person.
You are incredible. Because it just happened. It just happened. And my man was telling me that the same thing you just said. He told my man that, and my man told me. And it was like went on deaf ears. I was like, man, yes, I've heard him say that before, and he keep doing it. You know what I mean? Like you keep doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the hardest part, is when it's a homeboy or homegirl and you want to cut them off because of how they treat you,
Yeah.
not because of how you treat them. They think you treating them bad because you implemented that word no in your vocabulary. But the hardest thing is when it's somebody that you love. The hardest thing is questioning yourself.
Yeah.
Like, damn, am I wrong for this?
Yes.
Like, am I going too far? You know what I mean? Like, you always try to look at yourself and feel like if you could have did something wrong. I mean, if you could have did something right. You know what I mean?
Nothing wrong with boundaries, my brother.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with boundaries.
I got a question for you. You talked about your wife Tawana praying over you decided not to drink anymore. As a husband, what have you discovered?
Boyfriend now. I'm boyfriend.
Y'all married for life, man. Y'all
I mean,
married for life.
look, it's like divorce,
Boyfriend.
not
You're
Yeah, I
married
didn't
for
understand that in the book.
boyfriend. Yeah,
either.
well,
I mean, we got
You
divorced.
said you married, divorced, and y'all got right back together like 6 months later or something. You said.
I want this point to be made, because you think I'm who I am, and I was out of control. And this threat was there for years, for years and years and years and years and years, and it's like the boy cried wolf, like whatever. I heard that before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it was like she got to the point where like, yo, I gotta show this motherfucker. I gotta do something to show him I'm serious. Like, and that's what happened. You're in that courtroom and you looking over there and you see number one right there, and you looking down at that paper and them tears hitting that paper, and it don't say, I've been Georgetown versus Georgetown, and it's been a scrimmage, or Sixers versus Sixers, and you looking at the stat sheet, whatever. I'm looking at Iverson versus Iverson. You know what I mean? And like, yo, shit is real. You know what I mean? Like, and
Did you wear a suit?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
and look, I really was defiant then.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you got me in here, you know what I mean? Like, and I had a judge. The judge was vicious. Like, I couldn't do nothing right. You know?
Even in that moment, you were defiant.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, it's your interview. I was just gonna say, even in that moment, you were defiant and I guess upset, even though you knew, because you said you knew you were out of control. But so, like in that moment, why are you defiant and upset if she's just doing what she thinks is gonna help? I guess to get you to a better spot for her.
I was selfishly thinking about my demise because I know in my heart and in my mind that I can't live without her. You know what I'm saying? Like I know it. Like I know it. I took her love for me for granted. You know what I mean? Like as far as she loving me so much that I felt like, you know, that she would never go nowhere. Like this is all I've known. This is the only love that I've ever known. As far as like I've never loved someone like this in my life. You know what I mean? Then a lot of times, you know, all women would say, or even guys, you know, anybody that's, you know, logical about anything, how you love her so much and you do the things. And I don't have an answer for
We
it.
never do though. As men, we never do. We don't know why we do the dumb shit we do.
So how has not drinking and, you know, it seems like your focus is different in this time of your life. How has that made you guys rediscover each other in a relationship?
Oh
right
yeah,
now?
I'm Claire Huxtable. I mean Cliff. She's Claire. I'm Cliff Huxtable now. Like I kind of get a feeling like I'm the guy. Like I always felt like, you know, I was the guy she always wanted. You know what I mean? Wanted me to be. But I really feel like that guy now. Like I feel like it's not the Huxtables around there, obviously. But like she loved, you know, this me. You know what I mean? Because you always getting this me. It's hard to take advantage of somebody that can see shit clear as hell.
Right.
You know what I mean? Opposed to being nonchalant about everything. You know what I mean? Like you know, my homeboy says a different Chuck now. You know what I mean? I see. I see what's going on. You know what I mean? All the stuff that I used to, you know, not pay attention to, I'm paying attention to it now. You know what I mean? And I just think, you know, by me making this decision, it's so much better for not just myself, everybody around me.
Right.
I can help better. My advice is better. You know what I mean? Like I'm a better friend now. I'm a better family member. This shit is clear. You know what I'm saying? Like I promise you, I'm the smartest man in the world because I know I'm not. You know what I mean? I know I'm not. Like, but I know how if it's a certain field of you know how we need some help and you know what I mean, opposed to just doing it all way and thinking we know. No, man, we gotta go to this person. We gotta go to that person. We gotta do it this way. We gotta do it that way. You know what I mean? Put your ego aside, man. We trying to get it done. We need to get it done, but we gonna get it done right. And it's just a evolution of me. It took long.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I just think about it like, yo, you embarrassed. You know, first it was embarrassing to, you know, talk, man, I seen the shit went viral yesterday, and you embarrassed, you know, with the whole thing. But it's like, damn, bro, that's another thing that, you know, by you being you and being comfortable in your own skin, it's gonna help somebody else. Somebody might make that decision.
You're right.
Somebody trying to be sober right now.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Was there ever a time, because I didn't get it from the book, where anybody recommended therapy to you? Because it was clear you was dealing
Hell
with
yeah,
a lot of
my girl.
Okay.
Like, you need some help. You know what I mean? You don't remember what we was, I come in and, hey, get up. That shit you said last month. You know what I mean?
Last
like,
month?
Yeah, just starting shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Damn.
Like, and then she used to be like, you running around with all these dudes all day long, and y'all drinking and have a ball, and you come in here fucking with me.
Damn.
I'm talking about the where your peace is at, man. You know what I mean? Because you going, women know you leave that house, man. We tackling the world.
Yeah.
Like it's going down. It's hard for me, like I said, to go to the grocery store.
Yeah.
To go to Target, Walmart. I got to be out in Iverson every day I walk in the house. And one thing about it, everybody out there, if you think about it, somebody gonna see you and feel like this is the last opportunity that I'm ever gonna get to see him, and this is my moment.
That's right.
You know what I mean? When they see, oh shit. It's like, and then you somewhere and you paying for something, and then you finish and you turn around and you see so many people. You see cameras, and then you see, and they do the shit, Charlamagne, like they getting ready to jump rope. You see everybody like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's everybody time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, bro, you wanna, it's so much you go out, when you come in the crib, man, it's supposed to be
Peace.
you know what I'm saying? Like fall on the, on the couch and you done made it through the storm. You know what I mean? Because like my fans, like they got real love, man. You know what I mean? But some of them, when you can distinguish a fan, a true fan, and just somebody that, give a damn about how nice you was on the court. Because a true fan give a fuck about you. You know what I mean? Like I'm feeding my daughter. You know what I mean? I'm in a restaurant and just stick a piece of paper and a pen and sign this right here, AI. You know what I mean? Hold on, baby. Let me end this. And I love women. You know what I mean, to death. I love all my fans. But women fans, they don't like taking no for an answer. You know what I mean? Dude tell you no all the time. But me, somebody you don't know tell you no, you go crazy. In a minute, I'm feeding my daughter right now. Well, fuck you then, AI. Kobe Bryant better than you anyway.
God
You know what I
damn.
mean? I'm gonna burn these shoes. I bought your shoes. I bought your jersey. I'm like, I ain't say no. I just said, let me finish feeding my daughter. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, it's crazy. I remember I was at Dave & Buster's with the kids. I'm on the phone talking to my mom, and a lady walked up to me and she was like, AI, let me talk to you. I said, hold on, ma'am, I'm talking to my mom on the phone right now. What, your mom more important than your fans?
Yes.
And I was like, yo.
Jesus Christ.
What kind of question is that?
I was like, yo. I was like, let me just get away from you. You know what I mean? But that's like, all in a nutshell, man, being a celebrity, man, you say that, because people think about the money and the fame and the talent or whatever. Man, you say you want this life and whatever. Man, a lot of people, if they were me, would have been jumped off a building or put a pistol to their head and blew it off by now.
That's the crazy thing. Lil Jon said that same thing when we had him. He said, you got to be built. You got to have tough skin. This is not an easy industry to be in. But your influence was crazy. Because I'm telling you, them Allen Iversons, I was getting them, and I was getting bitches, and I wasn't even gay. In middle school, I would come get my hair braided, and that's good. You told me you had no hang time. I didn't either, but the bitches ain't know because I had the Iversons.
Right.
Yeah. So I just want to tell you.
Your time in Philly, right? I mean, influence and impact and everything you did, but Philly embraced you so much.
Yes.
And the person you are meeting, I get it now, but Philly don't embrace everybody. What was your time like there, just in like, what were you doing, I guess, to lean into that? Or like, I don't know, like, did you feel okay, they love me here? Like when you walk out onto the streets and.
Not at first.
Because people, Philly is tough.
The toughest. Not at first. And they call it, and it's brotherly love. That's what's crazy about it. My relationship, not in the beginning, but I think I would say Michael Jordan in Chicago, Steph in
Bay Area.
Golden State. Who else?
No, they said the Bay Area.
Now probably Shea in Oklahoma City. I think I have the best relationship with a fan base, I think, in sports history. You know what I mean?
Magic to LA.
That's crazy. And Kobe LA.
Yeah.
Kobe LA.
You know what I mean? They watched me grow up. I was 21 years old when I got there. Like, they watched me, go through my ups and downs. But I played every game like it was my last. And if you know Philadelphia, that's all they really want. Like, I was telling Steve yesterday, like, I could be out there, I can go 0 for Winfrey from the field. You know what I mean? But they knew that AI played hard as he could. You know what I mean? I could look in the mirror after the game. Every game I played, hurt, sick, whatever, and look in the mirror, and I never felt bad. I felt good. I'm upset about not playing well, but I knew that I played that game like it was my last. People in Philadelphia love that, and our relationship has been that. You know what I mean? Since I've been retired, 15 years now, and the relationship is still the same. You walk in the building, it's the same feeling. And then the people in Philadelphia are used to me outside of being in that arena.
I've heard stories about you
I'm
going to
everywhere.
barbershops and
Everywhere. everywhere.
Applebee's or was it TGI?
No,
TGI Fridays.
Club
TGI
Fridays.
Fridays.
was
Club
AR.
Fridays.
Club Fridays.
Remember
I was a little
Fridays.
younger, so I came a little bit after. You weren't
She
there.
wasn't there.
Well,
She
you
wasn't
weren't
there yet.
in Fridays when I was there, but yeah, Club Fridays was a thing.
It became the third
Yeah.
largest Fridays in the country. You know what I mean? Like it was really a club. You know what I mean? Lines, they start
DJ.
checking IDs. You had to get you had to have reservations, and you know what I mean? Like it was crazy. You know what I mean? In Philly, I love Philadelphia. I mean, I love it. You know what I mean? But it's just like Virginia. I can't never like live there. You know what I mean? Like when I retired, I went to Florida, like trying to get away from everything. And then it's just me, her, and the kids, and no family, no friends. Like nah, you know what I mean? So I moved to Charlotte. It's close to Virginia, but you know I can never go live there again. But people have worried me to damn death. But, you know what I mean? Like, but close. My mom could drive or an hour flight.
Right.
And it's
But
whatever.
they're saying you got to rap,
you gotta
but,
go, you gotta
but
some
I do got
TV.
one last question, man. You changed the entire culture of basketball, but to me, you changed black culture. You also changed hip hop culture from your fashion to your attitude to just your authenticity. When you see how the NBA and the world embraces individuality now, do you feel celebrated or do you still feel misunderstood?
Nah, it's I get the opportunity. Like this is an opportunity for me. You know what I mean? Like all of those years, you wanted to. You know, you wanted to say, nah, man, you got me wrong. You know what I mean? And talk about it to your family and your friends, man, I'm misunderstood, man. They ain't getting it. You know what I mean? It ain't like that. And then this platform and then all the other big platforms, you know, just you guys giving me the opportunity to come up here and ask me shit that I want to answer, that I want the world to know. You know what I mean? I want them to know it ain't like that. It's like this. You know what I mean? And then you hearing it from someone else. You know what I mean? Someone else telling who Allen Iverson is. Then just to have the opportunity to do it and the excitement about it is the long wait.
Yeah.
Because now I finally get a chance to, man, you was wrong. You had me fucked up. Like, that ain't what it is. You know what I mean? And going through your career, you can't explain to everybody every situation. It don't, you know what I mean? And this book took years. You know what I mean? The documentary took years to do. And, man, I'm just happy that I get an opportunity to tell my story, or write my story, and help somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like, you know, Michael Jordan did for me. You know what I mean? Like if it wasn't for no Michael Jordan, there would not be the Allen Iverson that everybody in the world know.
Yeah.
Like I literally, like, he gave me the vision, man. Like I'm like, I want to be like him. You know what I mean? That's who I want to be. Him and Michael Jackson. I want all the dudes to love me. You know what I mean? I want all the girls to love me. You know what I mean? I want to put that in one. You know what I'm saying? And I want to be, you know, not just a basketball player, but just big all the way. And I didn't get this vision until I started to take care of what I had to do on the basketball court, and then becoming a cultural icon. You know what I mean? Okay, all these rappers, all these people in the world that want to just express themselves the way they want to express themselves. Now they get an opportunity. Man, he can do it. Man, ain't nothing wrong with what I'm doing, regardless of how it look.
That's right.
Regardless how it look. Everybody talk about that runway walking into the game. I'm watching it. You know what I mean? I don't like everything up there, but I just love that confidence of walking in there.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm doing it today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, just my story. All I want is for people to get out of it. Man, it's all right to be you. It's all right.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And it's things that's gonna happen in your life, and it's gonna be tough. You know what I mean? But that's when you gonna lean on number one. You gonna lean on Him. You gonna lean on God. You don't ask them you don't question them at all. You know what I mean? Whatever happened, happened. My grandma told me when I went to jail, that bowling alley thing.
right.
I said, Nana, why are they doing this to me if they know I didn't do what they said I did?
Don't question
and she
God.
said, never question God. And I've never done it since then. You know what I mean? Whatever He do, you know what I mean? I'm cool with it. You know what I mean? He driving this car, and I'm just sitting there, ride shotgun, wherever He take me,
Yeah.
That's where I'm going, and I'm gonna live with the results. So that's the only thing I want out of this thing, man. Live, man, laugh, and love, man.
And we love you, brother.
We love you too,
Love
my
you.
brother. Man,
It's Allen Iverson.
available everywhere
Misunderstood
now.
is out right now. It's the
Damn, man,
Breakfast
you just
Club.
walk out.
I gotta go.
I cut her off a couple of
Pastor, we here for you.
You was asking that shit.
It's Allen Iverson. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Every day I wake up, wake your ass up. The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?